All right, so we're working on a 2004 Toyota Tacoma four-wheel drive pickup. These are great trucks. This one's got almost 200,000 miles on it, and it has not been treated very well. It's been used and abused, which they can take a lot of abuse, but the shocks. So this truck originally came with these Toyota Bilsteins, really great shocks from the factory, but they're wore out. They're super soft. Truck feels very wallery, kind of piggish, especially when you go around corners. It just would really feel soft. So I suggested to the customer, let's replace them. Rear shocks are pretty simple to replace. Just simple eyelets on the end. You just unbolt them, kind of get the axle in the right position, pop them on. The front ones, they're a little more difficult. They have a coil spring on top. And that's the purpose of this video, is every time I change struts, basically shocks combined with springs, I feel like I've cheated death. I really have. And I'm starting to regret, or maybe should I say review my life every time I do this. So the way this works is the spring has got tension between this plate, which is welded to the shock body, and the top part. I don't know how much tension, but I do know that if you loosen this nut completely, the top flies off and the nut flies off at rifle bullet type speeds. So you could die if that nut hit you in the right spot, or if the thing exploded or whatever. So I do take my life into my own hands when I put the shock strut assembly into my vise, and I have an assortment of shock and spring compressor tools. And the way they work is you would just simply clamp one of these eyelets on top of the spring here and one there, and use your air tool to cinch it up. I usually use 4 of these. In other words, I'll put one of these on this side, one on this side, and then one on this side, just for safety precaution. It takes a while. And I have an assortment of tools that I use. These ones here I bought when I was 16 years old from G.I. Joe's in Salem, way back in like 1983. And I still have the original box. And it shows you how they work. That's how you compress them. When you start to cinch those up, you compress the spring, and then you can loosen up safely the nut on the top. And then I upgraded to these, which they're okay. And they also have these, which I think are probably the best ones. They safely lock the springs here with these little loops, and they have really strong threaded rods. They look like this, and that's how they work when you're using them. But that doesn't guarantee your safety, even if you have 4 of them. I really should invest in a professional spring compressor tool, one that mounts to like the bench or something. But I haven't done that. I don't do this a lot, but I do it enough. Probably once a month, maybe, 3 times a year or something like that. I don't know. But every time it scares me. And I didn't take the video while I was replacing these shocks. I've replaced the Bilsteins with, these are KYB Mono Maxes. They're really great shocks. I got urethane inserts. They're an upgrade, and they're really, really nice. I like them a lot. They're about 75 bucks a piece, something like that. They work great on Toyota trucks. However, I didn't take a video of me doing it because I sweat like crazy and I'm very anxious. I don't want to die. But like I said, if that nut comes off there without any compression on your spring, you can suffer a terrible fate. So I contemplate my life. I love my life and I don't want to die. So I take precautions. I wear safety glasses, earring protection, and I try to be safe doing it. But doesn't mean that I like it, nonetheless. So back to work. We got to put those shocks back on this truck and make it run and be safe. The guy needs a comfortable ride. But just kind of giving a word of warning and what mechanics go through. We have no insurance policy for faulty shock spring compressors. All right, just a little life visit, or should I say little picture of a mechanic's day, changing out strut type shock absorbers that scare me to death by using tools that I don't have a lot of faith in. All right, thanks for watching. Thanks for thinking of me. I'm still alive.